Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It has been a minute since my last video and I have definitely missed you guys. I ended up being super duper busy with the holidays, so I wasn't able to record like I wanted to, but my goal now is it is 2022 and I want to become more consistent and really provide the information that I want to be able to provide for you guys. So anyway, if you are here, thank you so much, and I want to let you know that I really appreciate your support and for you sticking with me, and I'm really excited for this new year. Alright, so in this video today, I'm going to be sharing with you 9 different niches that I would recommend targeting in this 2022. And I'd also like to note that I haven't personally tested any of these niches yet, but I have taken a close look at the data for many of these other books that are doing really well. So I'm kind of just taking an educated guess that these niches will do really well, but it has been backed up by a lot of these books that I will be showing you and talking about. Alright, so let's get started. The first niche that I would recommend is habit trackers. Atomic Habits by James Clear is the #1 bestseller on Amazon right now, at least the last time that I looked. So habit tracking and goal tracking is really big right now, especially with the beginning of the new year. So I would highly recommend targeting this niche. And there are a bunch of different ways you can go about creating these types of books. You can create kind of a grid system. You can have people plan out, map out how they will track their habits and their goals. And honestly, you could go as simple or as detailed as you want. But ultimately, these are some very simple books to create, and they are definitely doing well right now. Just keep in mind this niche might be a bit more competitive, but it is definitely a good one to go after, especially if you can find the right keywords. The second niche is gratitude journals. Gratitude is something that promotes positivity. When you are able to look at your life and think about all the things that you're thankful for, it helps you to be able to see things in a more positive light, which is something that is really important right now, especially with COVID still pressing on. I think there are lots of people right now who are trying to have a more grateful mindset, which is why a gratitude journal is perfect. Again, this would be a more competitive niche most likely, and there are definitely some top competitors in this niche. But if you can create kind of a unique take on it, you can totally find success with gratitude journals. And honestly, a gratitude journals can be as easy as every single day have someone write 3 things that they're grateful for. This could be just daily, this could be morning and night. There are a bunch of different ways that you can do this. And now the third niche is positivity journals. So positivity journals, much like gratitude journals, but they are a little bit different. The thing with positivity journals is that they're a bit more all-inclusive. Rather than with gratitude journals, writing 3 things down that you are grateful for, with a positivity journal, it could include that same thing, writing 3 things that you're grateful for, but it can also include things like tracking your water intake for the day, tracking your goals, or even writing your favorite quote. So with positivity journals, it's definitely a wider niche, but there is a lot of opportunity in it. Again, there would be high competition, but unique take, good keywords, and you can totally use positivity niche, especially with 2022. Now I'd like to take a brief moment to talk about this video's sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community filled with a plethora of inspiring classes focused on a variety of different topics, perfect for all sorts of different skill levels. For me, I personally love learning about all sorts of different things so I can continually improve myself, and that is one of the main reasons why I was so interested in joining Skillshare. No matter what you're wanting to learn, whether it is embroidery, entrepreneurship, or even graphic design, Skillshare has all sorts of different classes within their huge catalog that you can choose from. And new classes are constantly being launched every single week. I'm interested in a wide range of different topics, but one thing I am very interested in is learning how to improve my productivity, which also happens to be one of my main goals for this new year. One class I took that really transformed my view on how to be productive was called Real Productivity, Create Your Ideal Week by Michael Karjanaprakorn. Something that class taught me is how important it is to develop a weekly system that follows the rule of plan, do, and then review. Through the class, I've been working in Google Calendar to create my ideal week, just like the class talks about. And though my calendar is definitely still a bit of a work in progress, I have learned a lot, and I'm very excited to continue to implement what I've learned into my life. The first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link in the description below will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare, so you can start exploring your creativity today. So make sure to go and check that out. Alright, now let's get back to the video. Now the fourth niche is self-love workbooks. With this niche, it's all about reinventing yourself for 2022. We've got gratitude, we've got positivity, but another thing that's very important is self-love. And that's especially true with all the negativity in the world, and I think it's very important now more than ever that we truly love ourselves, and this can be achieved through creating an excellent self-love workbook. With these types of books, you're basically presenting empowering exercises and habits and prompts that can help someone come to more fully love themselves. And it could be something as simple as write 3 of your favorite things about yourself. That might be a little bit too simplistic, but you get what I'm going for. Ultimately, with self-love workbooks, just make sure that they are focused on the individual and help them be able to find ways that they can better appreciate themselves and come to love themselves more. The 5th niche is adult coloring books. Adult coloring books are excellent for stress relief, and they're definitely really popular right now. And when I say adult coloring books, there are 2 main types that I'm talking about. The first one is detailed mandala coloring books, and the second one is motivational quotes, words, inspiration, stuff like that. Mandala coloring pages are basically, really intricate circular designs. It's kind of hard to describe, but rather than a children's coloring book that would have like big blocks and things like that to color in, mandala is just super duper tiny, much more detailed, so it's more geared toward adults and helps a lot with stress relief. And then with motivational words, it's kind of bringing it back to positivity, and you can even have some more detail elements as well. Ultimately, that's kind of the biggest thing with adult coloring books, is you want to make sure that there are as many really tiny, intricate details as possible, because it's kind of more geared toward adults, and it helps adults focus on those kind of smaller little things, and it does help a lot with stress relief. And then one thing too, with using motivational words as an adult coloring book, you can also use swearing coloring books. Those are very popular right now. Just bear in mind that if you create one of those, to my knowledge, you can't create any ads with them. Now, the 6th niche is handwriting practice paper. Books that are focused on education are always incredibly popular. And okay, I might be wrong about this, but with COVID, and especially with it still pressing on, I'm betting that there are a lot more kids who are dropping out of public school and being homeschooled by their parents. So, parents need books in order to help their younger kids be able to practice their handwriting skills. And with these types of books, it can be anything as simple as just little dotted lines that they can write letters on, or you could even add letters that they can trace. This is even great for calligraphy if you want to target an older audience. But yeah, this might be one of the simplest books to create, and it can be as simple as you want it to be, and it was one I would highly recommend for 2022. And now the 7th niche is anti-racist journals. For those of you who are or aren't aware of this, basically there was a big movement last year, the BLM movement, which stands for Black Lives Matter, which was and still is basically focused on helping bring awareness to the Black community and helping give them a voice. And what we can do to help support them, no matter your race, is just by learning about racism and the ways that we can work as individuals to become less racist. But ultimately, just with seeking to become less racist, anti-racist, all of the above can help the community and can help make you more aware and just make the world a better place. One thing with these types of books, they can require a little bit more work, especially if you're someone who doesn't know a whole ton about that. But what's great about it is if you decide to create one of these books, you can do a little bit of research and learn for yourself and even become more aware. So it's just great all around. And yes, so the main goal with these books is to help people become more aware throughout their daily life and just help to eliminate racism. And also one thing I'd like to note, you'll notice in this example book here that the publication date is very, very recently, and it has a ton of really, really good reviews. So this is a great niche that you can use as 2022 to help people become more aware and help eliminate racism. And now the 8th niche is weight loss trackers. So this is yet another good one that is great for the new year, great with 2022, and it can help a lot with people who are looking to track their fitness goals, their weight loss goals, eat healthier, drink more water, stuff like that. And one thing I'd like to note in this example book here, one thing I absolutely love is that in the description they included an update section that includes the date when it was updated and all the new changes. I just really love that, and it totally takes this book's game to the next level. And honestly, if this were a niche that I were interested in purchasing a book from, then I would be very, very interested in this book, because it shows that the author listens to their reviews and it works to continually make the book better. And so that is something that I think is amazing. And if you are looking for ways to totally like bring your KDP business to the next level, as you get reviews and as you get critical ones, you can take those critical reviews, incorporate them into the book and make the book better, and include in the description an update of what you changed. And that would help a ton with convincing your customers that your book is the best one and that they should purchase it. And now the 9th and last niche is witchy journals. So this is kind of a fun one. I don't know if you've noticed, but things like crystals, tarot cards, divination, manifestation, all that stuff is becoming increasingly popular, and there are a ton of journals that you can create around it. So, we're talking everything from people being able to track their tarot card readings, like a journal for them to write about their crystals, even a manifestation journal for them to write things that they're grateful for, things that they want to manifest. Ultimately, these are really great journals to target for 2022 and continuing on as it becomes increasingly popular. All right, you guys, that wraps it up. There are a ton of different niches that you can target this 2022 that are becoming more and more popular that I would highly recommend creating books around. And I would like to really quickly recommend 3 ways that you can find niches for yourself. Ultimately, you can just do a little bit of research, look at bestsellers, but one thing to really get you started is just these 3 things. So the first thing is just think about what's going on in the world right now. So for example, we had the BLM movement last year, we still have COVID. These are all things to keep in mind when coming up with niches for the new year. And then second, we also have holidays. So for example, we just had the new year and now we've got Valentine's Day that's coming up. So this is a great time to start creating some Valentine's Day books. You can create Valentine's coloring books for kids, all of the above, all sorts of different things. And then the third one is just to think about what's most popular right now. Just think about what time of year it is, what's popular. You can even go on Google and figure out what's trending, and you can kind of create books around that. Also, quick pro tip, just an idea that I had with researching and looking at some of these books. If you really want to take your journal, notebook, planner, tracker, whatever it is, to the next level, an awesome thing you can do is just creating a brief introductory chapter. So for example, let's say you're creating a self-love workbook, you could just write 3 to 5 page chapter just about what self-love is. You can use big font to make it look like it's longer than it actually is. But really what that does is show how much you know about the topic, and it makes your book look a lot more professional. And it also makes it a great resource for beginners, anyone looking to get into that type of niche. And it's also not too difficult, so just something to keep in mind. Anyway, that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content just like this. I would super duper appreciate it, and I would love to have you. All right, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope you all had a happy new year. Talk to you later. Bye.